Today I wanted to talk about binaural beats and how these can help us to access more helpful brainwave frequencies. So what binaural beats are you need headphones in order for it to work. And what happens is you have two different sounds at different hertz. So let's say this ear is 300 hertz, this ear is 310 hertz. Then what happens when they're played is a perception of a third sound is created, and that would be 10 hertz. That frequency, if played over time, starts to synchronize your brain waves to that frequency. So I'll talk a little bit about the different frequencies and what they do. So the first frequency is delta waves, which is 1 hertz to 3.99 hertz. And this is actually what your brain is, the frequency it's on when you're in deep sleep. And so delta waves can be really helpful if you struggle with insomnia. You can find many binaural delta wave playlists and hours and hours long music that you can actually just put on when you're sleeping, and it can actually help you with insomnia. The second is theta waves. And so this is how I originally became interested in brainwave frequencies, is when I was getting trained in EMDR. The person that kind of presented the science behind it talked about how most people don't have memories unless they're traumatic prior to age of 5 or 6, and this is because our brain is actually functioning at a theta wave state through those formative years. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the first 5 years are so important. They actually are, because the brain is functioning differently. It's taking in a lot of information and creating kind of the basis of our life. So with theta wave states, this is associated with the early parts of sleep, so the first couple stages of sleep, and also with meditative um, uh, wave frequencies and meditative experiences. So when they scan the brains of like highly trained meditators, they're often functioning in the theta pattern or theta brainwave state. The next is alpha patterns, and this is between 8 hertz and 13 hertz. And this has to do with a relaxed and restful mind. And it also is very common in people with high levels of creativity. So if that's something that you need, you could look at alpha brainwaves. Beta patterns or brainwaves are what most people are functioning on, so I'm not going to go a lot into those. And the final is gamma pattern. So this is the highest level of brainwave states. This is between 30 hertz and 50 hertz. And this is related to connected with alertness, concentration, and problem solving. So this can be really helpful if you're struggling, especially if you go at 40 hertz and above. People experience improved memory, cognition, and even better mood. So I hope that this is a nice primer and maybe will spark your interest to play around with these different brainwaves. Like I said, you can find many on YouTube. You sometimes find some better quality if you pay for them, but they're pretty good quality. I actually use the ones on YouTube quite often. I also have a couple that I pay for. But I really encourage you to check this out, especially if this kind of resonates with you. Thanks.